Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rave Gal. This is not going to be a regular video series by any means, but it's something I wanted to do. I may do another one once it's not winter, but we'll see. This is Bloons Tower Defense 5. This is one of my favorite casual games, period. And a game that I pretty much always have installed on my computer for days when I just feel like letting things roll. It is a pretty straightforward tower defense game. But it actually has a really surprising variety of unlockables and stuff like that. So I'm going to just go through and do a quick tour, I guess, of what the options you have available are. So first of all, there's specialist buildings you can build up for every single different unit. So there's a single building for each unit that gives you some sort of bonus. There is these passive upgrades here, which you can earn coins to then unlock. They have premium stuff that are just cosmetic mostly. Actually, I think all cosmetic or cheating, basically. And then also some other special things that you can do to just give yourself bonuses, basically. I want that. Okay. Hall of Fame, apparently. And then also special agents, which are, you have to buy individually, and then you'll get and they're basically special units that you can get on top of whatever your normal units are. There's random mode, daily challenges, and Odyssey, which are single. Basically, each one is a single series of things that can get you more coins and monkey bucks. Special missions are like special challenges that it establishes that you can try and accomplish. And then there's co-op mode, where you each control half the screen. Okay. And some new ones. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. There's boss fights, there's special events. It's just loaded with stuff. But the most important thing to me is that at the end of the day, it is just a solid tower defense game. Solid, fun, simple, and I've got 3 beginner tracks to clear, so we're going to start with those, because that seems like a good place to start. I'm just going to do a very simple, we're going to do easy difficulty on one of these missions. So the balloons are going to start here. They're going to follow the sidewalk all the way around and out over here, it looks like. So these are the different tower types we've got. We've got Dart Monkey, which is kind of a short range, low power, but very cheap. Tack Shooter, again, short range turret that does a radius. Sniper Monkey, they can shoot anywhere on the map, but they have they hit really hard, but they're very slow. Boomerang, they have a much wider radius, but they throw in like kind of an arc. Ninja can shoot invisible balloons, but they are lower power generally. Bombs blow up lead balloons, which normal shots cannot penetrate, and do radius. They also get a bonus later that are good against the blimps, the Moabs. Ice freezes balloons temporarily. Glue Gunner slows down balloons with glue. Neither of these start out doing damage, so we don't want to start with them. Buccaneer only can be placed on water, but is a just good all-rounder. Plane goes in like a figure 8 over the map and kind of shoots from different areas. Super Monkey are kind of the ultimate unit, but they are very, very expensive. You can't start with them. Wizards throw magic bolts and then eventually can upgrade to lightning and fireballs. Tornadoes. Village are kind of a area effect radius that buffs your other units. Banana farms get you more money. Mortar tower, you target a location and they just keep shooting that one location. Dartling gun are the first ones. By the way, everything past this point, past the banana farm, are the kind of expanded stuff that was added later. Dartling gun, they follow your mouse, so you actually have to mouse over as you're playing. Spike Factory just keeps putting stuff on the road. Helipilot, it's a helicopter. It also has a special thing where it can follow your mouse, or you can put it on patrol and have it take a route like the plane. Engineer build turrets, and so they end up like with one kind of mediocre unit that makes multiple other units. Bloon Chipper is a wood chipper. They're really powerful. And then Monkey Sub are also units that can be upgraded. They're water only, and they can be upgraded to shoot from anywhere and are very powerful against planes. So there's a lot of different tower options. The little number ones next to these are from special events that I've done in the past. And so I have 3 ones basically lingering. We're not going to need too much variety here. So I'm going to go ahead and do something like, we're going to do a ninja here. We're going to give him ninja discipline, and then we're going to call that good for the first round. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on fast forward. This is the normal pace for the first round. We're just going to go ahead and have it come around, and first round's not super complicated. Easy peasy, as it says. Second round's going to be about the same. Now, each time we pop one, we're getting additional dollars for inside the round. Blue balloons now start showing up, and those take 2 hits, 2 damage. Now we have more blue. Blues also move a little bit faster. Green are the next step up, so green contains a blue, contains a red. Each time you hit them, they power down, as is appropriate. Okay, so we're gonna do, actually I'm gonna do a bomb tower right here. I'm gonna buy extra range so it covers this. And the reason I'm gonna do that is so that when we start getting lead balloons, this one can break cover over here. So, despite the fairly simple point to the game, there's a lot of different ways to play it, a lot of different strategy based on the different areas, and a lot of it comes down to what you feel. I mean, it's not like there's one right way to do it. Typically, I like to make sure I have something that can break invisible, something that can break lead, something that's upgraded, or that can be upgraded to be good against blimps, is mostly important in not as much in easy. Blimps don't start showing up until like round 45, so we don't have to deal with glimpse for very long in this. But on longer missions, or on higher difficulties, it's more important. So right now we're just continuing to get slightly more upgraded. I'll slow down here so you can see. So this one's got currently, here we'll speed up a little bit so we can get into it. So currently this is just shooting regular cannonballs. We're making lots of money, but I don't want to spend it quite yet. We could do more upgrades on our existing towers, or we could buy something to set out. You can see why I was speeding up now. But yeah, yellows are the stuff that go green. We're gonna go ahead and do a couple more levels of upgrades on that, since stuff's starting to get fast. Generally speaking, I try not to spend my money until I need to. Oops. So pinks are now being introduced. So yeah, generally you want something to break lead, something to break invisible, and then the last important piece is a slow. Generally, I like to have the slow effect after the first section, so that if they're, well, on easy it's less of a big deal. So we'll actually put it here. Yeah, we'll put it down here. We're gonna do a soak, corrosive, and stick here. We're also gonna set this to attack the strongest unit rather than the first. So right now, both of these guys are set to attack the first, so they'll attack whatever the farthest thing on the track is. This is going to try and hit the largest unit so it can affect it longer and last better. I bought a special upgrade on this that gets called Distract. If you see anything moving backwards, that's why. So now we've got black balloons. This is actually really important that we've got the glue on this here, because black balloons are actually immune to explosive damage. Next is white balloons. They're on the same tier as far as how many hits as black balloons, but they are actually immune to freezing. We don't have an ice tower, so it's not going to affect it. That camo balloon was the invisible, so that's why I've got this. The heart-shaped ones are regenerating balloons. They will slowly turn back to the color they started as. That corrosive glue really helps to keep them under control. You can see the corrosive glue slows and also deals damage over time. Oh, we may have some that are about to get away. Nope, we managed to recover. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss a. We need a backup over here of some kind, just to be safe. I'm thinking just to see more. Let's go ahead and do a wizard here. I'm gonna have him take a fireball, monkey sense, which lets him hit camo balloons, and then I'm gonna get started. This is also a secondary explosive unit, but now if something gets over here, I don't need to worry about it. So he's gonna shoot fireballs about every other shot until we get up to this. The leads are slow and easily dealt with if you have the right stuff. We do. So now we've seen most of the basic balloon types. I think the only thing we've got left is ceramics. Okay, so the wizard over here, I'm actually going to grab Dragon's Breath as his option. This is a very expensive upgrade. but it basically turns him into a flamethrower. It's going to give us a lot of back-end coverage here. A lot of damage very, very quickly. These guys are up here to take off the hard layers that we can't get through normally. This guy is the last step. He's not, we can't let anything get past him, because if anything gets past him, we start losing lives, which I probably should have mentioned before. Each balloon that gets by you will do damage equal to the number of hits it still has left on it. So, like, pink balloons do like 5 damage. Black balloons do more. And if they get to the exit, you start losing lives. We start with 200 on easy, so it's probably not a big deal. We should be fine. Especially with the setup we've got. I placed the stuff in my pretty standard locations for this type of thing. I haven't played this particular level, but each level, the levels still end up being about the same. This is one of the levels that kind of give you problems if you're not set up well, because it's lots of ammo. But we're fine with the upgraded monkey. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do bigger bombs, and then get a missile launcher, and then upgrade that to the Moab Mauler. So this guy is going to fire faster. You may have noticed sometimes he was missing before. He shouldn't be missing anymore. He hits a lot harder. Oh, 2 other things that started showing up: Zebra and Rainbow. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade this to a double shot. He's gonna start throwing 2 at a time. But yeah, Zebra are both black and white, so they are immune to freeze and bombs. But yeah, we upgrade this guy to a Moab Mauler, which does 10 times damage on the blimps, the Moabs. Oop. They just made a dash. So yeah, he's now throwing 2 shuriken at a time. Got flamethrower, glue. We'll upgrade the glue here to a splatter. That'll be next. There we go. Move it to first now, because he can hit 6 at a time. So he should be able to cover everything much, much more easy. And there's a couple rows of camo there. Luckily we have 2 layers to get through on camo still. No, we're pretty sparse as far as this goes. I try to keep my setups pretty simple. Not spread out too much, just have, you know, one or two things for each job. We're gonna finish that upgrade. That's not gonna matter. Oh, stuff's starting to get through. I think we'll still be okay just because of this, but we are starting to push the limits of what we've got here. More camo balloons. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start this. He's supposed to be throwing 2, and I'm only seeing 1, which is slightly confusing me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade to Bloonjitsu. So he's now throwing 5 at a time. That should be the upgrade we need to keep things under control for now. You can see each balloon has 2 pads, or each tower also has 2 pads, 2 sets of upgrades. You can only take one of those one of those tiers up past 2. So you can take the first 2 levels of each side, and then the 3rd and 4th are exclusive. You get one or the other. So here we have ceramic balloons, which take multiple hits to break the outer shell, and then are zebra balloons inside. They are a lot harder to crack than a lot of other things. We have enough power here that we can do it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab. I'm gonna put another wizard over here, and I'm gonna have this upgrade on the other side. So you can now see he's shooting out lightning bolts that are hitting multiple things. And it shoots all the way back. It arcs based on whatever's closest to the balloon that I'm hitting. I'm gonna move him, the wizard, or not wizard, the bomb tower to strongest. So it's gonna start shooting out whatever the highest power things are, the highest health things left. And I'm gonna let the monkey apprentice here do the other set of the job. Okay, so there's more camo coming up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 upgrades here, the monkey sense, and I'm gonna get whirlwind on the left side. So now you can kind of see these are 2 different versions of the wizard based on which upgrade towers you chose. So the tornado works like the distraction ability that the ninja has, where it's going to send them back. So it's going to keep cycling through. And since he has monkey sense, he also can do camo detection. Wizards are really good. They're one of my favorite units. I think they're very versatile. So we've kind of got this in a cycle, where as long as the tornado and the distraction can keep hitting things, they keep getting sent back and hit again and again by the glue and the Moab. Okay, level 4. So this should be pretty much more of the same. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a super monkey and set it over here, just for safety. We have the cash laying around, and I'd rather not wait until we need it. And now you can see a little bit of why this is kind of a fallback game for me, a relaxing game for me. Okay, so this is the Moab. So it takes a lot of shots to break the outer casing, and then it has 4 ceramic balloons inside. Grab the balloon dissolver. It's going to upgrade the glue so it does more damage. Laser eyes for the super monkey. It's going to start being able to shoot 2 beams at a time and break lead, which it couldn't do before it got that upgrade. Super Monkey just fires very powerful, very fast. And you can upgrade it so it can see a lot. It and the Wizard are kind of the 2 ultimate units. Their building upgrades actually counteract each other. Each of the specialist buildings, which I showed you on the briefly on the front screen, give you passive upgrades for specific units. So you pick one unit and you can get up to 4 levels of upgrades. Each of them also has an opposite unit, basically, that it affects negatively, and you have to pay, I think it's a 10% cost increase for whichever the opposite one is. So that's the one downside there is, Super Monkey and Wizard both make the other cost more, and they're already very expensive units to get upgraded. So I don't actually have anything at level 4 right now, I don't think, except for the Ninja. Which, just for the sake of safety, we're going to go ahead and do a second one here. We're on 49. We're pretty much in the clear here, unless something happens and goes horribly wrong. I will actually go ahead and build a second bomb tower here with the exact same upgrades and set it to the same setting, and that's because this. So these two are going to focus fire on the moat, while everything else is going to shoot whatever's coming first. Because we have that concentrated firepower, they're not even making it over into range of these cleanup units, which is really for the best. In an ideal setup, you don't have to worry about the cleanup side. And that should be it. We have to wait for them to stop floating backwards. That's a good sign. And from there you get there's 4 medals for each track, 5 medals for each track, something like that. You get monkey bucks to buy buildings and special agents, and tokens, which let you buy just passive upgrades for everything. Now that was an easy track on easy, so yeah. So Monkey Lab is your passive upgrades here. We've got 14 tokens, so I could buy something, and the cost is listed down here at the bottom. These are all passive upgrades that just give you a very small boost to every single unit. I don't really like these ones. I feel like they're kind of cheap. Same thing with starting lives to an extent. Sell price is the one I have maxed out, because that way if I make a mistake, I am not as screwed. And starting cash. I feel like those are the ones that let you play the game at its most pure. And then I mentioned specialist buildings. Right now I have Big Al's custom chippers. So, reduces cost, increases range of balloon chippers, balloons that emerge are dazed and slowed, and banana vacuum balloon chippers. Banana vacuum balloon chippers collect nearby bananas automatically, and increase the cost of engineers by 5%. I mentioned, so this one increases apprentices. There's a lot of variety. There's also daily quests. A lot of this stuff got added after I started playing this game. I'll be honest. I started playing this game when it was a Flash game on a website years ago, and since then they've made it into what it is now. Microtransactions and all, which I don't feel the need to do any of. I love the game as it is. So I'll leave it on custom here, and I'm gonna go ahead and try one more. We're gonna go to let's go to Snowy Backyard. Except this time I'm gonna do it on hard difficulty. I'm not gonna guarantee I'm gonna pass this. It's an easy track, so it's a decent chance I'll pass it still. And is this water? This is water. Okay. So we're gonna start off by putting a submarine right here. I'm going to get my, let's see. That seems like a pretty good spot for the glue gunner. He can cover stuff. So the trick with Glue Gunner is he can't hit Moabs, which are the blimps. So you don't want him all the way at the front, because then he can't slow down the balloons that are coming later. And you don't want him all the way at the back, because you want him to have a chance to slow things down for a long time, as long a time as possible. So this way, we have up till here, to break the Moab so he can do his thing. And then I'm gonna use my free sniper monkey. I'm gonna set it right here by these other ones. And then I'm gonna push fast forward because the first few levels are real slow. Especially when you have a glue gunner with no Glue Gunner with no bonuses is very, very slow. So you may be wondering why I did this setup, and this is very much for hard difficulty, you have to be a lot more long-term with your plans. We'll leave it at that for now. This is going to be this is going to give me some global power between these two, and this is going to be my initial slow. I'm probably going to have a secondary slow up here, along with some attacking units. Okay, let's grab corrosive glue first. This will make things go a lot faster early on. And I want him on strong, which I forgot to do. So the beginning of the game, every round, or the rounds are always the same. The tracks are different. There's different tracks, or there's probably 50 tracks of increasing difficulty. Easy difficulty means that they are shorter and have lots of curves. Okay, I'm trying to remember. So I want to get barbed darts. Yeah, that's the one I want. So after 540, we're going to get this upgrade. Advanced Intelligence. This gives the sub the ability to shoot anything that anyone else can see. Does not so basically anything that's in this radius is now fair game for the submarine as well. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do is actually save up for balloon chipper and a banana farm. We'll do the banana farm first. So banana farms are basically an investment. We want to get it as early as possible. And what it does is just produce more bananas. So you have to hover your mouse your mouse over it. There to pick it up, but there we just got, you know, 120 extra bucks that round. Now at this point we've spent, you know, this is the sell price, so we've spent more than about 1,500. So it takes 10 rounds for that to be a return on the investment, and this is increasing cost as it goes. Also, we have to pay attention to cover the mouse over it. I keep saying mouth, that's weird. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set this right about here. And now I don't need to worry about mousing over. This just automatically grabs them. It also is another good delay. You can see it's just cycling through Bloons is pretty much as fast as they can go through. It's fully upgraded on the passive side. It's a very powerful unit, and it's really good with the glue. So we're just going to kind of let this ride out. I'm going to go ahead and I want to get one more banana farm upgrade as soon as I can. And then after that I will upgrade. Okay. I'm going to upgrade this to get leads. I'm going to upgrade this. And then I'm going to upgrade it one more time to get camo. So the sniper can now shoot leads and camo both from anywhere on the map. That was one camo balloon. We just got the entire bounty of this banana farm and a round clear bonus for that nothing. Which is pretty neat. Next upgrade is a 3400 for that. I think I'm gonna want to do a little bit more upgrading of my guns. 6 balloons and faster. Make sure it can clear leads. And then I'm going to get twin guns. And airburst. There we go. So now this is shooting shooting darts twice as fast, and they split off into threes. So we just absolutely wreck that because this can take out the first layer before, and then when they get in this range, we're good. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is actually do this. So this is a monkey village. Actually, you know what? I want to do this instead. I just realized. Okay. So first thing monkey villages do is everything within that radius, the costs on them go down by 10%. So before I do the very expensive sniper upgrades, I want to do that. The second thing is we can get other upgrades like increased attack range. So this can now shoot further. Monkey Fort, which lets you increase the power of every shot they do by 1. So single layer damage goes up to 2, and etc. Put this right about here so it can get the stuff that's going through there. We're grabbing this because the next round is the one with lots of camo. So this should be able to take care of it, but just in case, I wanted it a little back up. It also increases the radius as far as coverage goes between all of this. A little bit. Actually, it doesn't look like it is actually helping with coverage that much. Oh well. But this can only shoot what it can, or what is covered by something. A lot of times, late game, I'll actually start putting out just single dart monkeys, since they're cheap and can give some more coverage for the monkey sub. Okay. So we're doing great right now. We're going to save up. We're going to get Banana Republic. And I'm going to go ahead and pay for that upgrade. We want to get both of these, so that's going to be 20,000. That's a pretty sizable investment at this point. But we're not even halfway. This is about where it started getting a little bit more challenging on the original. And I think I'm actually going to grab an apprentice. I want it as close to the front as I can, and I just want to grab lightning with it. That'll help me get through some of the leads, because lightning can break lead. More camo. So things are starting to go by really quick. There's a lot happening. You can kind of keep track of what's going on here pretty well, I assume. It's something you start getting used to. You probably are noticing, though, that I am having a lot more money than I have in previous rounds. And the main reason for that is, of course, the banana. So we're now going to get 2 sets. So that the money increases even faster. The other thing with these is that once we do get our nest egg, we can sell them. So, okay, I want distraction here. Distraction gives me the ability to send some back, which is really nice. This needs at least that upgrade. I'm actually kind of behind on my upgrades overall. I think we're still okay. Yeah. Okay. We're getting close to Moabs. In fact, I think the next round is the first Moab. So I'm going to grab my ballistic missiles and switch the sub over to strongest. I'm going to get a second sub for the sake of helping clear as well. So this one can now break lead and does significant damage. Doesn't say how much, but it does extra damage to ceramic and Moabs, so definitely good. So the submarines are kind of the commanding force here. And we're going to try and save up for the 15,000 range, if we can. If I start seeing stuff not getting cleared, there we go. Okay, we're getting, their stuff's getting kind of close to the end now, which is probably because I've been saving up money. Okay, I'm gonna spend that. I'm gonna sell this and rebuild it. Let's do it over here. moving it in a little bit closer, and I'm going to have it summon whirlwinds. What I just bought is a radar, which means now everything can hit Hammer. As well as the attack speed increase and the jungle drums, which gives a +1 to all damage. So I spent probably 8,000 right there, which is more than I was intending to spend. But I think we're back to a controlled state. We have a lot of upgrades to go. Right now I'm just trying to get into a stable position so that we can save up and get the actual big bonus here. Okay, so we're gonna go with valuable bananas on both of them. That'll upgrade, basically all those 40s you were seeing are now 60. We're gonna go double shot here. Really could use a closer here just in case too. I mean, these are decent, but something that can cover this corner as far as vision go, and the top half of this would be nice as well. How much does that cost? Way more than I want to spend. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna spend a little bit of money to get my coverage increased. So I'm gonna put it here. I'm going to do Seeking, Distraction, Discipline, Sharp. And the whole purpose of that guy is just to send stuff back. He's going to do some damage, but his main purpose is just to send stuff back. He's also going to be able to catch stuff going through. And also gives vision on for the subs. Okay, so we are past where we were on easy now. If you did not catch that. So there's now multiple Moabs coming out at a time, stuff like that. Okay, we can get one more snuck in here with the discount. Subs are really powerful, and they go a long way. They shred Moabs, so that's kind of the goal. And ceramics. Probably gonna grab a flamethrower at some point here, but right now I want to get this up to 50. So you can see now, instead of whatever it was producing before, it produces 5 boxes of 600. That's $3,000 per round that it's gonna start pumping out for the rest of the game. And I can sell the factory for $25,000 if I ever feel like I've done it. So it only takes 5 rounds to pay for itself. And we're going to be able to do a lot of upgrades at this point. So we've got both of our factories going. Blinjutsu. We're actually going to go Blue Hose here, which is going to help get full coverage on it. And I think that's about what we're going to go for right now. We're going to start upgrading this. Deadly Precision. And we want... okay, so this is our first of the upgraded version. So that's one giant blimp with 4... yeah, BFB. You can figure out what that stands for. It's probably not what you think. So we've now got the ghillie suit here for him, which is the highest upgrade, which stuns Moab class balloons. So he's going to continue shooting them, holding whatever the most powerful one is in place for a second, while the subs do their work. Oh, duh. But I think we want... I can never remember which side we want on this. Triple barrel? No. I will just say normally I would not do what I just did, which is upgrade and then sell like that, because you do lose a lot of money from selling. You sell it at like I think 60% of what you paid for it or something like that initially. But I have the passive upgrade pretty high, so I actually get about 90% back. So this thing can now also grab Moabs, the Bloons, which is pretty neat. Okay. It says next level will be hard, really hard. I believe it. We're gonna go ahead and do a freeze up here. Wait, that's a terrible idea. Let's do a freeze here. And grab an intelligence bureau. Okay, so I'm gonna actually let this run on normal speed from here. I think we're good, actually. That's the tricky part right there. That is a huge clump of ceramics that we're sitting right there. This is also a time when I point out the highest levels of this game are the thing that my computer can't run. I have a very nice computer. It doesn't matter. Okay. We want Arctic wind here. This is going to cover this entire area and freeze everything that gets within that radius. So this is our secondary slow that's going to help us keep stuff from busting through all the way. I think I'm also going to grab right here a whirlwind. Just for another way that at the very last minute we can send stuff back if we need to. So right now, the only things this tower is not affecting are this corner. Last level for medium difficulty is coming up. Okay, so if we were playing medium, this is where the game would stop. That is a lot of sprites flying by rapidly. and we wrecked it. Only because we've got a good setup. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get this on the very edge of the tower, just so it's not wasting space over here by the track. I'm going to give it second sniper. This will help get us, once I get it fully upgraded, this will help get a stagger chain where it'll start staggering multiple balloons back and forth. So pretty soon here we are going to start going into super monkeys as our kind of our upgrade to some of the other stuff we were using. I'm going to go ahead and put one. Let's see, we want it to be right here on the upper edge. I think this should work. We're going to do super range, laser blasts, epic range, plasma blasts. Okay. Ready? So it is now covering about 2/3 of the map, and nothing's making it past the first corner. Sun God. You may say, that looks cheap. I will remind you, this is not nearly... Things are going well because we invested well, not because they're going well. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze another one within the radius here. I normally don't like using super monkeys that much, but for hard difficulty you really almost have to. I'm actually going to go Robo Monkey on this. Mostly because the Terminator version here is a usable 4th level upgrade. The Monkey Sun Power is really not. Okay. This is the level I die at more than any other. 75. I'm going to play it on normal speed. We'll see if it works. Okay. We got it because we had this set. That was a lot of balloon going very, very fast. So I think there's about 5 or 6 of the BFBs up there, and each of those contains 4 MOABs. We're currently saving up for this upgrade. It's going to be the only active upgrade that I probably get, besides unless I go flamethrower on the wizard. So So a lot of them, like this, give you triggered abilities that you will see down here, and you can trigger with hotkeys and such. This is one of them. It is my favorite. Super Monkey. Let's see, half Super Monkey, half Killer Robot of Death. It gives you the ability to basically nuke everything in the radius of the Super Monkey at the time. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back on fast forward because this is taking forever. Yeah, the technological terror. So, in addition to just shooting green glowing orbs of death at everything, you can keep going, but remember to take time to do non-Bloons Tower Defense 5 things. So yeah, now we've got this little icon in the bottom corner. We can click on it, and it will do a radial effect that will then have a timer before it's usable again. This is when I point out. So, they're getting to here. A couple rounds ago they were getting to here. They are still getting harder. The end game for this is absolutely ridiculous. There's a reason I did the upgrades I did to this. And it is genuinely because it is sometimes needed. Okay, I am going to do this. And I am going to put it one more in here. We're going to do jungle drums. This should be good. Get to Robo. So this is what I'm going to point out down here. The kill counter. Each separate unit you have has a kill counter on them, where it tracks how many they've killed. So this sniper we had from the very beginning has killed 22,000. This sub that we had at the beginning has killed 38,000. These super monkeys that we just put in a few rounds ago are already in they're closing in on 100,000 kills. There's a lot of balloons going by at a time right now. That little pulse you get going when they don't all come out in a stream. Okay, we are on round 84 out of 85. There's only one round left after this. This is when you may notice that they're actually seem like they're starting to make some headway. Now, we've still got a really solid setup, and I'm not super worried. But again, they are continuing to make progress. If we play past level 85, it will go badly very quickly. Okay. So now, those are no longer needed. We're on the last round. We're gonna get another technological terror here. I'm gonna toss another wizard here with Dragon's Breath, and I'm gonna give it a Phoenix Mage bonus. Okay, so the upgrade here is a ZOMG balloon. It is the step above the BFB. This is actually not a super hard level, because it just has 4 BFBs in it, which then have etc. And we wrecked it. Okay. Just for the sake of showing you, we're gonna free play. Get XP more slowly, you can still earn tokens, get on the leaderboards and stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go fast forward on this. But you can see right off the bat, it's still not messing around. And we have a stupid setup. See that radial burst there? It just nuked everything everything adjacent to it. The Phoenix, the bird that's flying around, is actually from the fire mage that I have over here. It'll just shoot whatever is closest to it. Still doing okay so far, but keep in mind that every single one of those red ones has 4 blue ones inside. Okay? So yeah. I'm just going to keep going here for a little while, but I do want to just say while I'm going. So as I mentioned earlier, this is probably my favorite casual game. It is one of two games that I'm actually willing to load on my phone. The other being Hearthstone. It is a game that I have had... it is a game I've played for multiple copies of. Because I enjoy it enough that when a new version comes out, or when, like, the difference between the Steam version, the digital version, web version, whatever, version on my phone, I was comfortable paying for it again, because it is fun. There is so much to it, but it's simple at the same time. It is both simple and challenging and relaxing, but it's enjoyable and exciting still. You don't have to do a lot or think a lot, but at the same time you do get rewarded for having a good plan. By the way, this is the stuff I'm talking about as far as the game getting ridiculous. And I will not guarantee that my computer won't freeze, so hopefully that will not be. By the way, you can now see stuff is getting up to this edge. So it is getting a little further every single time. But yeah, no, it is a game that is worth looking into. Pretty sure that the mobile version has all the same features. It is just as good. You drag and drop for your replacement on the touchscreen. Perfectly fine. Once again, playing the really... I think most devices can handle going up to... There we go. Most devices can handle the number of things that go on up until the end of hard mode. This is where it starts getting done, where you can't even see it. And this is where I'm going to very, very quickly. So yeah. Hopefully, that's a good representation of the game from in many, many different ways. Hey. I managed to randomly complete a quest. So yeah. This is one that I've been putting off doing this video because I felt like it was dumb. Because it's a silly, fun, casual game, and I have no idea if people want to sit and watch me pop balloons with monkeys for probably going on an hour now, if not more. I really should start timing it. But it's a fun game, and I get made fun of for it sometimes because it is one of my favorite. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. I like tower defense games, and while there are other ones that are maybe seem more interesting, this is the most fun to me. This is the one that I keep coming back to at the end of the day. This is the one that I have installed on my phone and my computer, and I think it's worth it. So I hope that some of you might feel the same after checking this video out. And if not, so be it. It's not for everyone. But it is a lot of fun, and I definitely think it's at least worth checking. I think the web version is still up if you don't feel like actually paying anything. But it doesn't save your progress or your unlocks and such that way. So, hopefully you liked this video. If you did, toss me a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments. Please check out the rest of the content on my channel if you did enjoy it. This is obviously not my typical video. They're all playing games, but most of them are playing, more involved games. But I did want to at least have a chance to talk about it and talk about the strategy behind it and stuff, and talk about how much I enjoy it. So I hope you got all of that out of it. Let me know what you think, and have a good one.